You know, it's actually kind of interesting that I mentioned that I needed to look to Sean for strength yesterday during my run. Because I actually didn't mention this yesterday, but during my run at about 2 miles in, roughly 2 miles in, I actually rolled my ankle, sort of. And I still had well over 10 miles to go. And I was still able to do it in under 2 hours, which surprises me. So, yeah. Just wanted to say one final time, your brothers miss you, Sean. And to the Bertanza family, if any of you guys happen to be watching this, I really hope that, you're doing well. Hope you're safe. Hope you're healthy. And was it this weekend you guys are doing that one, charity foundation thing you guys do for him? If it was this weekend, I really hope it went well. Anyway, with that said, good morning and happy Sunday, everybody. It was a nice, quiet, relaxing Saturday yesterday. Just kicked back, relaxed, and got ready to watch some Alliance of American Football, which is very nice. Although, I have to say, I'm actually happy I was wrong for once because Memphis finally won. The Memphis Express actually finally won a game. I'm like, thank you. And here's the thing. I never thought Memphis was a bad team at all. Their defense is rock solid. Again, they have Mike Singletary as their coach, who was a linebacker for, arguably one of the greatest defenses of all time, which was the 1985 Chicago Bears. So, and keep in mind, San Diego, I also said, one of the better defenses in this league. So, it clearly had but actually with a score like 26-23, I think it was not necessarily a defensive struggle. I guess it's sort of what defense just couldn't hold out long enough to secure the win. But in any case, I'm actually happy I was wrong because, again, I don't really have a favorite team in this league because, it's just so new. It's just sort of, based on experience, who won or who lost, that's the team I'm going to pick. So, yes, I was wrong because I did pick San Diego to win over Memphis, but I really have been giving, all the praise in the world to Memphis's defense, and it definitely looks like it showed here. And then last night's game, this is one I knew I was going to be right about because Orlando is officially now the only team that is 4-0 as they beat the Salt Lake Stallions, 20-11. I gotta say, one thing that actually has been holding true, and this is actually something that, the announcers or the analysts who are, watching the games, talking about, is that, that if the team is at home, the chances are they're going to win more, and I really have been seeing that a lot. So, yeah. Actually, that's not entirely true because Salt Lake was actually at home last night against Orlando. Although, I have to say, it was heavily snowing. There's this one guy who looked like he got injured by he was tackling a guy and he was sliding in a way, as he was being dragged. It looked really slick out there. In fact, to be perfectly honest, one of the reasons why I got up early to do my run again today is because it's actually supposed to snow today. It's just that, again, nothing's happened yet, thank goodness. So, as of right now, it's actually 6 in the morning right now when I'm doing this video. It's actually perfectly safe to, drive. But I'm not entirely sure when it's supposed to start snowing today. maybe it'll occur sometime later this morning or maybe early this afternoon. I don't know. Although I did feel that, I mean, I think there's going to be like a cold spell this week. Like, I think at some point it's supposed to be like 3 degrees as a low. I really hope that's not the case. Well, if it is though, at least I have this guy to keep me warm and cozy. Come on. I've been doing a good job bringing this guy for, weekends and occasional specials. Do you really think I'm going to stop that here? You think I forget? I never forget this little guy. I love this little guy. So, yeah, that happened. I gotta say though, like, oh, actually, that does remind me. This is actually the final weekend before daylight savings time. I always know this because whenever sometimes I would run around this time of year, specifically on Saturday mornings, it would be 6:30 and it'd be like bright as day out. So daylight savings time really should be happening, with next week, I believe. So, just a fair warning, be sure to, at least I think it's next Saturday, where we have to go forward an extra hour. So, yeah, we are going to lose an hour's sleep. But I think of it this way. With the fact that we get an hour forward, we now get the stuff we want to an hour faster. For example, I go to Rita's every Friday. That's now one less hour that I have to wait until I get to Rita's. So there we go. Yeah, I actually posted a photo on Instagram of my first large Swedish Fish Italian Ice of the year. And then I titled it, I'm Home. And again, I told you guys before that, Rita's Italian Ice is the dessert on my full course menu of life. I am serious as a heart attack when I tell you guys that Rita's is one of the best things I've ever had in my life. Like, seriously, I could be having, like, the worst... Like, I'll put it this way. This week wasn't really that great for me. I immediately had, Rita's after it opened. Fresh Swedish Fish Italian Ice. And, I'd say my worries melted away, but I was eating ice. So I guess my worries froze over? I think that works. But, yeah. My point is I had Rita's Ice and I immediately felt happy. So, yes. Rita's is now open again. I am so thankful for that. And I am always looking forward to going back every single Friday. I think, once a week is good. Twice if I'm really feeling it, or like, actually, one thing I've never tried that I really want to do one day is, I mentioned to you guys that, Rita's is the dessert on my full course menu, but, wings are the hors d'oeuvre. And the two best places in at least this area, my immediate area, are Elbow Room and Bernie Murray's. I want to one day, have wings from either one of those two places for essentially, my dinner. And then, immediately go back to Rita's for dessert. That would be an awesome combination if I ever saw it. Note to self, I have to make that happen one day. The only question is how. Although, that's the problem, because I really have been wanting to go back to the Elbow Room ever since I went a few weeks ago. But the thing of it is, well, for those of you guys who don't know, I have mentioned before that, I am Catholic, and I go to church on Saturday night in the city of Corning. Elbow Room and Bernie Murray's, for that matter, are both all the way in Elmira. And so, basically, I'm thinking to myself, do I really want to drive all the way to Elmira? Because it really is a long drive. I mean, the fastest way I can conceivably think of to get there is by either going through Route 352 or over Harris Hill. Interesting fact, though, the day I was actually born, my father actually drove my mom over Harris Hill to get to Ogden Medical Center where I was born. So, yeah. So now you know an interesting fact about me, That's the same route my father took when, the day I was born. So yeah, Harris Hill, in that regard, definitely has a special place in my heart. Plus, I mean, you guys saw my 4th of July video a while back. I did my video from the very top of Harris Hill where the fireworks are going to be launched. Oh, actually, I should say, the fireworks are going to be viewed, I should say. I mean, if you guys see the video, I believe it was day 185. Yeah, day 185. It was day 185. I remember that clearly now. So, man, it's funny. It's wintertime. I'm already talking about, summer. Hey, it's still wintertime. Spring isn't for a few more weeks. Although, now that I am thinking about that now, again, this last Friday was the final Friday I personally could have meat until Lent is over. And then the next Friday I will be able to have meat will be April 26th. So, here's the hoping that Lent doesn't go on too long. Not that I mind it or ever. It's fine. Personally, I prefer if Lent starts later and ends later. So, again, last year it started on, Valentine's Day, and Easter was April 1st, or April Fool's Day. This year Lent starts on the 6th, which is, Wednesday, and Easter is April 20th. And yes, I know what date number that is. No, I'm not going to do a joke about that on that particular day. I'm also not going to do it in the title like I did that one time either. I'm not going to do that. There is a time and a place, and it's not for that. Especially when it comes to technically a very holy day in the Catholic faith. So, there we go. Yeah. There's that. So, although, well, sorry, I'm trying to, because I did say that Lent is starting on Ash Wednesday, which is this Wednesday, but one thing that is encouraged is if, you give up something for it. The real problem is, for the life of me, I can't really think of anything to sacrifice or give up. I mean, I'm certainly not going to give up making videos for 40 days. That would completely ruin everything I've been working on in terms of entertaining the masses, which you are the masses. I don't know, maybe, I don't know, this is hard. I mean, you don't have to give up anything. There were times when I personally gave up sweets for Lent, which seriously really is more difficult than you realize. So, I mean, I'm not going to give up that because that means I wouldn't be able to have Ritas, so I have no idea what I'm going to do. But, come whatever, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be entertaining you guys each and every day with occasional bear in hand. So, like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I can really use your support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. As always, I am very humbled I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hopeful that we all have a wonderful Sunday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices.